Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowboxruk UK. I'm here with the incredible Mr. Joe Gallagher. How you doing? You all right?
All right, yeah, cheers, thank you.
So, first of all, I'd like to say to you, I'm sorry about your diagnosis.
Yeah, it's all right.
We are boxing family, and it does really hit hard when one of our own is going through it. But I wish you all the luck.
Cheers,
so that's the first thing I wanted to say. Brilliant that you've kind of just buried yourself into boxing. I've seen you've been out in Dubai, you've been making yourself busy here, there and everywhere. Talk to me about the fight on Friday night between Natasha Jonas and Jonas Price, because let's say there was a few words and you kind of seem to lay down the law a little bit and just bring out facts.
That's all we do, is speak facts and the truth, and I just think the narrative of Lauren over the last 12 months to be built into this type of Ivan Drago type of character, this machine, it's absolutely nonsense. When you sit down and look at the facts of who she's fought, what she did as an amateur, and this too young, too fast, and I had to remind everyone that David Hay thought the same thing till they fought Kyle Thompson. I just think there's a bit of disrespect for Natasha. Natasha's beat Michaela Mayer, fought Katie Taylor, and they think they've just got to rock up, and just because she's a little bit older, that she's easy pickings, and that's not the case, and everyone needs to be addressed and told. Listen, like if Michaela Mayer was here today, Michaela Mayer would be the favourite for the fight against Lauren Price, and no one would argue different. So we beat Michaela Mayer, yet you're all trying to drum up this Lauren Price, but listen, I think we're dealing with old bull, young bull situation here Friday night.
Do you think that that's something that's come from Lauren, or do you think that's just a narrative that...
I think it's a narrative and
around her,
around
rather
her,
than her herself,
and all that type of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's what it is. They're wanting the changing of the guard, but there won't be no changing of the guard.
And there's been a mention of the changing of the guard. Do you think that's a little bit disrespectful,
100%.
given that they're both promoted by the same promoter?
100%, definitely. Listen, I said to you I had to put a few facts right today, but if you're wise, you've been in the sport long enough, you can sit back and you see the narrative and what everyone's trying to do, and listen, I protect my fighters to the hill, and if they think we're just got to turn up and roll over, that's not going to be the case. Like I've said to Tasha, she's got to be Harley Quinn this week, and she's got to walk out of that Royal Albert Hall and blow it up.
So I'm guessing also that there's just a little bit more of an impetus now that age has been brought into it. I get a little bit offended when they talk about age, but do you think that's kind of put a little bit more of a sting in her tail?
Yeah, 100%. I think Natasha's had a really good camp. We've had brilliant sparring partners. We've had Jazza Dickens, obviously just had a good win with Zelfa Barrett. We've had Josh Holmes, English super featherweight champion. We've had a really good Mexican in. We've had some top quality amateurs. So Natasha's in a position now that if she's going to do an exam, you throw the question, I've got the answer, and that's how her mindset is at the moment.
And when you talk about all of those people that you've just talked about, and that's the other thing, isn't it? When you've got people buzzing in your gym, when everybody's winning, you know, that kind of uplifts everybody else, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. Like I said, we've got off to a good start this year. All the young guns have been out. Billy Dennis has fought, Clark Smith has fought, Joe Cooper's fought, Mikey Talon's fought, Mo Alakel's just fought in Saudi. Now it's the big guns, Natasha, and then straight after
now
Natasha.
You're just showing off.
No, it isn't. And then I'm off to Dubai to finish training Lawrence for his big fight in April. So yeah, we're busy. The gym's thriving. Young blood motivates old blood.
That was going to be my next question. Who have you just taken on? Is it you that's just taken on Zelfa Barrett?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
About that. I've always been a big fan of Zelfa. He's helped me in the past for sparring with Crawler for Linares and that. So I really do feel there's a world title in Zelfa, and I'm really pleased that he's joined us. I think we can really do something with him. You
do seem to inherit other people's fighters. Is it then hard for you to then kind of...
No, I don't. I create my own fighters. I bring kids through from scratch.
Sorry, I don't mean that as a complete...
I've had kids from day one. Jose Burton, Joe Murray went to the Olympics. Jose Burton won ABAs, then won British titles. So no, you're wrong there.
Some of the people like Zelfa though have come from somewhere else. Yeah, of course. Listen, I would never try and disrespect you. Okay. But what I meant in that respect, is it hard for you then to kind of undo what they've learned somewhere else, or do you just sprinkle a little something?
Yeah, it's not a case of undoing
sauce on it.
Yeah, it's not a case of undoing it. It's just fine tuning. Zelfa's been around the game a long time. He's come from a fantastic gym, Colliers, Brian Hughes, his uncle Pat, a great fighter, a great coach, and a good person. And it's just fine tuning. It's like my fighter's got a Pat Seymour, could find one or two things he could tune in mine. It's just a different set of eyes, different atmosphere for Zelfa, and yeah, he's enjoying it. So he's got a smile on his face, and everything's good.
And you talked about, listen, you went way back with some history. Carl Thompson against David Hay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you did. So I used to box at Fitzroy with David Hay. Yeah, so he was my sparring partner. I was at that fight.
I know. Well, Carl's from our gym. That's why I mentioned it. Champs Camp. So we go back days. So we're saying like, listen, we've got like Champs Camp mentality. You can all be singing like David was. Do you know what I mean? But don't write off the old over-the-hill Carl Thompson, Natasha Jonas.
To be fair, I think it was the end of the first round, the beginning of the second round, if I'm not correct, that David was, let's say, running out of energy.
Energy, ideas, everything. So it was a very good win for Carl that night.
Listen, I think...
that's what I mean, young bull, old bull. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's expecting this and this, and I totally disrespected Carl, everything that he did, and just gone on of his age, and I just think you're all being a little bit down that route, so just had to remind everyone, and Lauren as well.
I mean, listen...
No way, you Fitzroy, look, go on.
Yeah.
It's your AJ as well.
Yeah. Oh, easy. We're on camera.
Nigel, Travis, all
the
boys.
Of course, Trav. Trav was our captain.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, of course. Eddie Lamb, but Eddie Lamb was before me. Eddie Lamb was before me. I had to put that in because he looks older than me. What is interesting about this whole fight, though, is 7 people on the top and the bottom table have all come from that GB setup.
Yeah.
You know, how exciting is that to see that kind of progression from the amateur scene, as in club level, to then GB level, to then...
world title level.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant, like I said, to sit amongst the table. Who would have thought years ago me and Rob would be sat at the top table with 2 women going head-to-head for unification. How it's come. Listen, my academy up in Manchester, that's flying with the amount of girls. Ellie Thompson's come off it now, she's on GB. There's some really good girls that have come through it, Liv Holmes, that are really doing well. So I can see at the academy how busy it is for the girls and stuff like that.
Listen, I wish you all the luck on Friday night. It's
you.
Absolutely great to actually finally get you on my channel.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's just having the energy these days. So
hey, listen, I wish you all the luck.
No, thank you. Nice to meet you. Cheers, thank you.